Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone podcast. My name is Kathy. It is the very early morning hours of June 20th, 2025. I've just checked the public docket in Idaho versus Koberger as well as the case summary page, and it does not appear that they were updated yesterday, the 19th. We are still awaiting court orders on the two motions that were entertained by Judge Hippler on the 18th, and when they drop, we will, of course, notify you. Now, with regard to the order on the motion to continue the trial date, we're going to be looking for language as to whether it is granted or denied. Judge Hippler usually publishes that in the first paragraph, or at least on the first page of his court orders. If you read that the motion is granted, that means that the trial date of the 11th of August will be adjourned, rescheduled to a later date. If you see that it is denied, then that means that nothing changes. The trial is going to start on August 11th, 2025. Now, as we await that court order, I wanted to bring to your attention that the 19-page reply brief that we had been waiting for from the defense was filed not long before the hearing on the 18th, beginning at 12:30 p.m. that day. The time of electronic filing of the reply brief is June 16th at 3:30 p.m. So when Judge Hippler had stated on the record that he reserved the right to enter the appropriate order as he saw fit, words to those effect, I'm speculating, I'm wondering if it's because he didn't have enough time to fully digest the reply brief and the information contained in it, although we do know that he most certainly did appear to see the information that related to Ms. Taylor's stating that the average time before a DP matter goes to trial is 3.5 years, when he piped up and said that's federal court, though it's not state court. That came directly from the reply. But what I wanted to bring to your attention is the area of the reply brief that Ms. Taylor spoke to an oral argument that seemed to get the court's attention. In my opinion, when she started to talk about, beginning on page 5, the recent Dateline episode, media leaks, uniquely prejudicial and distinct from ordinary media coverage. And then she went into the fact that it's not just the Dateline episode, that there is a James Patterson book that's coming out, The Idaho 4, An American Tragedy. That was mentioned also in the original motion to continue. But what was not mentioned, because I don't think it was known at that time, was this 4-part documentary that she addresses in this section. It's section number 4. It begins on page number 5 and it continues on. That there may be additional leaks relative to that. And what she says here, the appropriate remedy is to investigate the sources of the violations and impose accountability, not force this case to trial in the shadow of tainted public disclosure. Time will both allow this court to reassert control over the fairness of the proceedings by imposing accountability, which will communicate the seriousness of the violation and the importance of a fair process, and will allow the effects of this particularized and inflammatory coverage to subside. That's located on page 6. So time will tell how Judge Hippler rules on this matter. When that ruling hits the docket, we will, of course, advise you. This is Kathy. Until next time, thank you for joining us today.